This is a wonderful class. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to get started here with bone classification, and our focus here is going to be the different shapes of and or classification of bones. Okay, first of all, bones are classified by their shape. Bones are classified by their shape. Here are some shapes. Tell me if these are the same type of shapes that you'll find with bones.
Yes. Yes. Oh. No. Yeah.
So, will you find bones that shape? Probably not. But they are shapes nonetheless. Some are regular and some are irregular. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll start with the long bone, and we're going to spend some more time with the long bone tomorrow. Whenever you study bones, you look at the long bone because it has all the different types of tissue in the bone that you'll be looking at as we progress through the bone chapter. So the long bone consists of a shaft with two ends. So here is your typical long bone, humerus. Another one, this one is the one I take into a fight, is your femur. It's your longest, strongest bone. Examples. That's what I just talked about. The thigh bone, aka femur, and your upper arm bone, which is the humerus. A couple of pictures to go along with that. If you ever do a PowerPoint, make sure you put your pictures up first. Don't do like what I just done. Okay, the next classification are the short bones. And these are cube-like in their structure. So this would be like your wrist, right here. Check out the wrist, not the limp-wristed throwing style, but see how these are like cube-like, and in your ankle also, your leg, right here. Those of you who can see, I'll raise a hand up for those who can see further. Okay, some examples. I just went over them. Wrist bones, aka carpals, giving you the common name and the scientific name for the bones. At some point, you are going to be asked to give me the scientific name of all the bones. The ankle bone and or bones, aka the tarsal bones. Everybody set? Got a couple of pictures here. There are your carpal bones. Again, you can see how they're short and squatty. Ankle bones. Next are the flat bones. Flat bones are thin and usually curved. Here is a flat bone of a deer shoulder. Here is a flat bone of a deer hip, pretty similar to your own. So pretty similar to your own. So
Not really.
what's that?
Not really.
This is very real. I had a former student find it deer hunting and put it all in a box and brought it into school and said, here. So I use it.
Just brought you your bones, just like that.
Yeah. Mr. Malfroy has done some hunting in his life. He actually bleached these ones out and brought, these are real too. Vertebrae of deer. Pretty much how they get set up. That. This is pretty much how yours is set up. Yeah, pretty much. Like those. So you can look at these when we're done. Also, examples of flat bone would be the skull. This is a deer skull, same one that was found in the woods. And even though it's got rounded, they are considered flat because they're not so thick. They're not like your humerus.
The skull's not very big, so are their brains small?
Yes. Okay. So, examples include, and I went through most of these, pictures will come after I have all the information out. So most of the skull bones, so there are some parts of the skull bone that don't fit into this category of being flat, but then there are others, most of them do fit into the flat. Your breastbone or your sternum, 3 parts to it. When we start talking about the parts of the bone or the bones, top part, manubrium, body, and xiphoid process. Shoulder blade or scapula, that right there. Look at it from behind.
It's surprising.
Yeah.
You ever seen the episode of Jimmy Neutron where Carl was like, oh, it's my scapula, so that's what it is, the shoulder.
Shoulder blade.
I didn't know what he was talking about. He just saw that.
And ribs
Right.
fall into this category also. Ribs are flat, considered flat. And some pictures, there's the skull, breastbone, shoulder blade, and a plate of ribs. That's how I like my ribs. Okay, now we've done all the regular bones. What does that leave us? Irregular, exactly. Irregular bones are not long, short, or flat. So that makes them irregular. Examples include vertebrae, and you can look at some of the deer ones. You can probe them, whatever you need. Now, here's one thing that people don't always get the message on. This is the vertebrae, right? Now, these all stack together. See that hole there? Hello? See that hole there? You know, it goes down that. It's fine. Yeah, it also makes for a great necklace. What are you looking for?
I know it was in here.
Yeah, no, I took it out.
Oh, I'm sorry to
It's right
interrupt.
here. Okay, auditory ossicles. These are your ear bones, bones that are in your inner ear. I had a lot of time.
A lot of it.
So the auditory ossicles, the hammer, anvil, and stirrups, incus, malleus, and stapes.
Are you even speaking English?
I am, very much so.
Say that again slower.
Hammer, anvil, stirrup.
That's one word? Or one body part?
No, those are the ear bones.
Okay.
Hammer, anvil, stirrup. Now, what are they? The incus, malleus, and stapes.
Sounds Spanish.
Okay, next slide.
Okay, next slide. Not too much to write on this one other than it says we have one more category. And this is the other category. So I'll give you that other category in just a second. Everybody give the skeleton a wave. All right. And the other category is this. This is the other category to classify bones. It's called sesamoid. Not sesame. Not what we're putting on our bread, or our chicken, or on our pizza crust. But sesamoid bone developed within a tendon. Where do we have a bone that's developed in a tendon? Our knee, exactly. Now what I want you to do is to see how it works. Take your kneecap, and move it around.
No, I can't do that. It's not supposed to.
Oh no,
No, it'll pop if I.
Oh, you don't do that
Yeah, I
then.
don't do it.
You know do.
You don't do it.
So the patella is, here it says the patella is the only, it is not the only. There's one other.
It's one of those.
One of the only. What is the other one? It's in your neck.
Oh, is it the one like that's up here?
It's in your neck, right here in the front. Just underneath your, like just above your cartilage here. It's called the hyoid bone. Hyoid bone. There's the knee. There's the patella. So hyoid bone is the other one that would be sesamoid. Hyoid.
Almost done.
Almost done. We got one more slide, and this one's a non-writer. So there are your bones that we're going to be looking at. At some point, like I said, I'm going to have you identify the bones of the body, and that'll probably be either maybe just before Christmas or when we get back from Christmas.
We should make a song
So
out of it.
if you were a smart person, what would you be doing?
Make a song out of it.
Start studying now.
When you say the bones be like all their real names like carpals and tarsi, or do you mean like ankle bones?
Oh no, that's elementary school.
Carpals, tarsals.
Yes, exactly.
They do call it that.
Get
We
to
should make a song out of it. It'd be easier to
you can. Hannah Montana. Have at it.
I don't like Hannah